gotta say, Parker, you came as advertised. I've decided to bring you in on something else. Something big. We all end up at $2 million each.
We just took $1 million. It's a hell of a lot of seed.
Look.
No thanks. We made a deal. You said we split the take, that's what we need to do.
Why don't you think about it?
So, if you were me, what would you do with a guy like you?
I'd kill him while I had the chance.
Go finish him. Wait. Look, he's fucking dead. Let's just get the fuck out! I don't give a fuck! You want to be a part of this? Go finish him. Do it! Blow his fucking head off! Fuck. Do it! You're so fucking stupid! Come on, let's go!
The film opens at the Ohio State Fair in Columbus, introducing us to the protagonist, Parker, a professional robber with an English accent. Known as a modern-day Robin Hood, he operates with a code that forbids him from stealing from the poor or harming the innocent. Disguised as a holy father, Parker leads a crew of seasoned criminals, including Hardwick, a member of the Chicago mob, and 4 others with formidable reputations, all united by a single objective: to rob the carnival. As the plan unfolds, Parker infiltrates the local security office, expertly distracting the guards while his accomplices, disguised as clowns, launch a surprise attack. Inside, the guards are safeguarding a substantial sum of money accumulated over the 3-day event. The criminals take control, holding the employees hostage while Hardwick ignites a controlled fire to create chaos. Meanwhile, fairgoers remain blissfully unaware of the unfolding heist. One hostage suffers a panic attack, prompting Parker to reassure him that no one will be harmed. Through a series of flashbacks, we learn about Hurley, an aging thief and Claire's father, Parker's love interest, who initially proposed this audacious robbery. Despite Claire's belief that they hardly know each other, Parker has worked closely with Hurley for years and trusts him implicitly. Hurley has equipped Parker with everything necessary for the heist, including a gang of clowns led by a notorious criminal named Melander. As the fire escalates from controlled to uncontrollable, panic spreads among the fairgoers. Seizing the opportunity amidst the chaos, Parker and his crew successfully make off with over $1 million. With assistance from their accomplice Carlson, who poses as the fire chief, they manage to escape the scene. However, tensions rise when Parker confronts Hardwick in an abandoned industrial area, blaming him for deviating from their original plan. As the rest of the crew arrives, they pile into a car and drive down a rural road. Impressed by Parker's skill, Melander proposes another heist with a promise of $1 million payout. However, Parker firmly declines, preferring to take his $200,000 and exit the criminal world. This refusal sets off a deadly turn of events as his former allies plot to eliminate him for his insubordination.
Go finish him. Wait. Look, he's fucking dead.
Hardwick is then coerced into finishing Parker off.
Do it! Blow his fucking head off! Fuck. Do it! You're so fucking stupid! Come on! Let's go!
Shortly after, a farmer and his family drive by and notice blood on the road. They discover Parker submerged in the pond and miraculously rescue him, bringing him to the town hospital where he fights for survival. Upon awakening in a hospital bed, the man is jolted by the news of a devastating fire at an amusement park that has claimed numerous lives, with the robbers still at large. Spotting police officers outside his room, he realizes he cannot afford to wait for them to question him. In a desperate move, he incapacitates a doctor and steals his clothes, facilitating his escape by taking a fellow patient with him. Once outside, he commandeers an ambulance and drives away, pausing only to tend to his injuries in the back of the van. Fueled by a thirst for vengeance, Parker resolves to track down the members of the gang who betrayed him, intent on eliminating them one by one. After nursing his wounds back to health, he stealthily breaks into a hunter's motel room, pilfering clothes, a multi-tool, an electric razor, and another firearm. With his new gear, he steals a car and heads to a check cashing center in Memphis, where he takes a hostage and executes an armed robbery to secure funds for a new identity and documents. Later, Parker travels to Houston, Texas, presenting himself as a friend of Bob Hurley. He commissions new documents from the print shop owner, offering a substantial payment. While awaiting the delivery of his new papers, Parker reaches out to Hurley, pressing for the whereabouts of Hardwick's brother. Despite Hurley's warnings about the dangers involved, Parker insists on the information. Reluctantly, Hurley divulges the location of the bar where Hardwick's brother works. Parker immediately makes his way to New Orleans, where he storms into the bar and confronts the security guard before locating Hardwick's brother.
Wait here.
Idiot! Get out!
Get him the fuck out of here.
Come on, you're a counselor.
The brother reveals that the gang is currently in Palm Beach, a luxurious haven for billionaires and multimillionaires. Realizing that his enemies may target his loved ones to reach him, Parker urgently contacts Claire and her father, urging them to take a trip for their safety. Meanwhile, in Florida, real estate agent Leslie Rogers is immersed in her work, unaware of her pivotal role in the unfolding drama. The criminal group is plotting their next major heist when Hardwick learns that Parker is alive. This revelation ignites Mellender's fury. In a fit of rage, he nearly shoots one of his own men before Ross intervenes, cautioning that their plan could succeed even without Parker. Mellender orders Hardwick to contact his influential uncle, Mr. Danziger in Chicago, to enlist a hitman for Parker's assassination. Danziger dispatches his top assassin, Kroll, to track down Parker. Kroll's first target is Claire. He breaks into her home with intentions to kidnap her. Just as she prepares for a vacation, Claire hears an unsettling noise but cleverly escapes through a window, puncturing the tires of Kroll's car before fleeing. Tearfully, she calls Parker to warn him about the intruder. In response, Parker instructs her to seek refuge at a fishing camp on the shores of Lake Okeechobee's Sawtooth Bay until Friday. Meanwhile, Parker returns to Houston to collect his new identification papers but finds himself confronted by three of Danziger's henchmen lying incapacitated on the floor under the watchful eyes of Nort and his assistant Ernesto. Parker, in a moment of brutal necessity, shoots Ernesto in both legs when ordered to lie on the floor beside the unwelcome intruders. This violent act reveals Ernesto's allegiance to Danziger and his betrayal of Nort. Seizing his identification papers, Parker compels Nort to eliminate the three men sent by Danziger.
Shoot him.
Leaving behind his fingerprints as evidence of his desperate compliance. Later, Parker meets with Hurley, who reveals that Danziger has reached out, offering him a share of the proceeds from the previous robbery in an attempt to diffuse tensions. Parker quickly discerns that Hurley is lying. A Chicago mob boss would never extend an olive branch to someone obstructing their operations. Choosing integrity over greed, Parker rejects the money and resolves to exact revenge on those who have wronged him. Adopting the alias Daniel Parramatta, an escaped convict purportedly seeking a home in San Antonio, Parker travels to Florida. In this unusual house hunting endeavor, he is assisted by the familiar Leslie Rogers. However, before finalizing any property deal, Parker opts to visit Claire. During their meeting, he makes the painful decision to end their relationship for her safety. While exploring potential homes with Leslie, Parker remains indifferent as they pass opulent villas but comes to a halt before a rundown house that was purchased 2 months earlier for $1.2 million from Mr. Rodrigo. It dawns on him that this is the hideout where Melander's gang intends to regroup after their heist. Leslie extends an invitation for lunch to maintain their connection, but Parker declines, citing his busy schedule. Intrigued by her potential client's situation, Leslie later inquires at the bank but uncovers no transactions, leaving her baffled. Soon after, she receives distressing news that her car has been repossessed, adding to her financial woes stemming from her deceitful ex-husband. Meanwhile, Kroll, the hitman, visits Nord and kills him under the mistaken belief that he is colluding with Parker. As dusk settles, Parker returns to the residence of the impersonated Mr. Rodrigo and discovers their stockpile of weapons. He meticulously sets traps and studies their robbery plan. Upon returning to his vehicle, Parker encounters Leslie, who suggests they continue their conversation privately. Suspicious of her intentions, he reacts aggressively, fearing she may be working for someone else. She insists that her observations indicate he is not who he claims to be. At the empty office of the real estate agency where Leslie works overnight, she expresses her frustrations about her circumstances and proposes to work for Parker in exchange for a share of the profits. Instead of addressing her request directly, Parker instructs her to strip down to her underwear to ensure she isn't wired for surveillance. Once she confirms her innocence, he promises to contemplate her offer. The following day, Parker reaches out to Leslie with a proposal. He will enlist her help in his mission for a cut of the anticipated profits. She agrees. Parker then divulges details about Melander's gang and the staggering $57 million haul awaiting them if everything goes according to plan. When he reveals that their target is a diamond auction hosted by local socialite Hop Clinton, Leslie panics, deeming the operation excessively risky and likely to end in disaster. Yet, feeling trapped by her circumstances, she realizes there's no turning back now. As Melander and his crew arrive at the back entrance of Mrs. Clinton's sprawling estate, where the auction is set to unfold, the tension mounts, setting the stage for an explosive confrontation. Melander and his cohorts are clad in blue jumpsuits from a company that specializes in providing technical support for public events, allowing them to blend into the surroundings. Afterward, Parker drops Leslie off to catch a cab to her office before heading to his hotel room, where he encounters Kroll. A brutal confrontation ensues. Though victorious, Parker sustains serious injuries but is grateful to be alive. Later, when Parker arrives at Leslie's home, a local policeman questions her about him. In a moment of panic, Leslie notices bloodstains on the floor and tries to deflect the officer's inquiries. Soon after, Parker requests that she use a payphone to call Claire. Unable to risk going to a hospital, he relies on Claire to tend to his wounds, and she expresses her determination not to leave him. Meanwhile, Parker's adversaries are meticulously preparing for an imminent robbery. Hardwick waits for the auction to commence and remotely triggers the sequential pyrotechnic systems that Ross has strategically placed within the speakers. Dressed as firemen, Melander and 2 accomplices drive a fire engine to the estate, intent on seizing the jewels. The police respond by barricading all 3 drawbridges between Palm Beach town and the mainland while securing the marina and blocking key roads. To create a diversion, Hardwick commandeers a speedboat, drawing the attention of law enforcement as Melander and his team don wetsuits and diving gear, disappearing into the lagoon before making their way back home. At their hideout, Parker lies in wait, concealed beneath tables with 2 guns at the ready. Leslie unwittingly enters the scene but is soon captured by Hardwick after peeking through a window.
Sit down! Shut up!
What? Parker.
I don't know anybody.
Parker's gotta be hurting bad.
Where is he?
Where the fuck are you? Get the fuck off!
Wait, get the fuck off of me!
Come on now. Sit down and talk. It's okay. And tell me where he is.
I don't know.
Check the house.
Sensing Parker's presence nearby, Melander dispatches his men to scour the house. Meanwhile, Carlson remains with Leslie. When Melander spots Parker and attempts to shoot him in the back, his gun misfires.
You bitch!
Just as Leslie reveals herself by shooting Carlson with a firearm she had hidden under the table. Hardwick then confronts Leslie with the gun and threatens her life unless Parker agrees to split the loot.
Parker!
Shut the fuck up! I will shoot her in the fucking head!
Go ahead.
Seizing the moment, Parker strikes Hardwick squarely in the forehead. Ultimately, Parker parts ways with Leslie, instructing her to hide in an air conditioning duct while promising to send someone to retrieve her within 3 months. 6 months later, Parker tracks down and kills Danziger. A year later, Leslie receives her share of $24 million delivered in 2 cardboard boxes via express mail. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more recaps. Until next time, have a wonderful day.